Technical
Okay, so
difficulty.
this was pretty cool here, where at Listen Data, someone created a formula for turning text, taking dollar values and turning it into text. Okay,
That
and
is awesome.
he made the formula available. Okay, but I had a problem when I took the code and pasted it into another worksheet. Things started getting weird. So I'm going to switch to my Excel. Okay, so here is the formula here. I pasted it in, and it's strange, right? And if I bring this down, okay, so that's right because I've cleaned it up. But how I cleaned it up, all right, so I pasted the formula into Word.
There's a huge formula.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So I pasted it in because we have things like this, right? Because that's not going to change when you paste it in, right? Unless you have a sheet 1 and a B5 and everything is lined up. So what I did was I did a replace to get rid of that, replace all, okay?
And I think it replaces off the screen too, so if you're able to move it into the screen.
So I'm going to replace. Okay, so that's not showing up on the screen, I see, for whatever reason. But anyway, so I'm just replacing that. And then there were 8 to be replaced. Okay.
And we see that it's doing it down at the bottom. So
yeah. So it's replaced. It's gotten rid of those references to sheet 1. And so then we can take the entire formula. So we can take the formula and then paste it in, and then it will work. But it was working kind of strange because of those cell references. And so the point being that I used Word in order to clean up a formula because those absolute cell references and references to sheet names were in the formula, and I was not going to go through a big formula like that and fish them out one at a time. So by using Word, find and replace, get it out, and then back to Excel, and it worked fine.
You know, Oz, you're a pretty creative guy. I mean, before you brought in OneNote and you showed us how to use that. You use all the tools you got, huh?
Hey, that's guerrilla style, man.
That's right.
It's part of our spin-off series, Word TV.
Right.
We're not.
So are those kind of things fair in Modeloff? What's against the rules?
You can do what you want.
So what's against the rules?
It has to be your work, independent. You can't have other people helping you, and you're essentially limited to what you can do within Excel.
Okay. So doing something in Word to trying to figure things out.
Look, using things like Word to manipulate a formula, that's fine. The feedback that we get, though, is that to write a formula that long would not be the quickest way to do what they need to do within time limits. So, yeah, I mean, I've actually used Excel or a notepad to do that kind of thing, to understand how a formula works myself. So it's a very creative tool. I think within Modeloff, these kinds of things, these sort of maybe sort of perfectionist type things, don't usually end up kind of being a core part of what goes on in Modeloff. As John was saying before, it's really about how can we just smash it out as quickly as possible. So unless you can kind of figure out how I'm going to do this really, really quickly, it's probably not going to work.
Right. Gotcha. Okay. Cool. So, all right. So I don't know how valuable that is to people, but I do wind up using Word a lot for that kind of thing. You know, looking at other people's formulas, cleaning things up, and just getting stuff done.
Gotta get it done, Oz.
That's right.
So what's your rating on that?
I think I would have. Is that a 4?
That's a 4.
All right.
Okay.
I think it'll get a 4 because it can pull somebody's ass out of a fire, but not the kind of fire they're going to be in every day, which would be a 5 sriracha tip. But There you go, my brothers and sisters.